Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm James, continuing on with my Balsa USA Stingray 120 build. So in previous videos, I've constructed the canopy itself. I have a lower portion, which is sort of the frame of the canopy, which I've attached to the fuselage using magnets, and it snaps on very nicely. Pretty sturdy there. And then I have this SIG canopy that I purchased online that I had to cut to fit, which is going to go right on top of here like this. And then I have my pilot that I just recently finished putting together. This is just a Williams Brothers plastic pilot. It's a 1/5 scale Sportsman pilot. And that video I just released before this one. So if you're interested in how I assembled this and everything, check that out. So this is going to be a pretty simple step. Let me pull this off here again. So the pilot himself, I'm going to just screw him into the bottom of this. I have this piece of this sort of frame right here. And I'm just going to put him in here like this, and then I'm going to drive a screw through the bottom of this piece of wood and attach it that way. And what I showed in the video when I constructed this is inside here I have a piece of balsa scrap wood, and that's what the screw is going to attach to. So that's how that's going to connect. That's how he's going to be in there. And then in order to attach the canopy, which is going to be sitting right on top of here like this, I'm going to be using a canopy glue from Zap. Well, before I put the pilot in, again, I just wanted to mention I put this together in the video before this one. This is just a Williams Brothers 1/5 scale pilot, and Williams Brothers produced these kits for quite some time. Here's another example of one here, but you know, they're no longer in business from my understanding, but you can still get these kits online, places like eBay if you're interested, or if you want, you need to go ahead and buy a pilot that's already made. So I'm going to put him in here like this. Drill right in the middle. And then I want the head of the screw to recess in here, so I'm just going to trim some of this material out. Then I'll just reinforce the wood with some CA, thin CA. And now I'm just going to use some basic wood glue to put on the threads. So as you can see, I put some plastic down so I don't glue the canopy to the actual fuselage in the process of doing this. I'm going to just clean the inside of the canopy here I have some Windex on here. I don't really care about the outside too much because I can clean the outside later, but I want to make sure the inside is at least clean. And as mentioned, I'm going to be using this Zap Products canopy glue. This stuff is white and it's going to dry clear, and it also ends up being a little bit flexible, so it's really good, and it's actually really strong stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it around the frame here, and then I'm gently going to push the canopy over the top of that. So I'm just going to put some in a little cup. See here, it looks like white glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint around here. Looks very messy right now, but it's going to dry nice and clear. So as I'm looking at this, I think I need to push in these two little areas right here toward the front. So I'm just going to go ahead, I got a couple small little screws here, and I'm just going to poke it through here. And I think this will be very helpful to hold it in the front here. So I let this sit for a few days just because I got busy doing some other stuff. So let's go ahead and take it off now, take a look at it. And you can see here, as I was telling you, that you can see that the glue is basically dried nice and clear. So let's see if we can pop this off of here. All right, there we go. Looks like I have a little bit of cleanup to do around the edge here. Some of that kind of seeped around it a little bit. And then a nice close-up of our pilot. All right, well that's going to be about it for this video. So yeah, I'm getting very close to finishing this plane up. My next video on this build, I'm going to be doing the final installation of the electronics, which is going to be for the ignition system and the ignition module, I should say, for the engine, the battery packs, and then the switches for those things, and also the receiver. And I'm going to get that now installed in the fuselage. And as part of that, I'm going to be sort of doing some initial balancing of the airplane, so I got to make sure things balance out right. So that'll be the next video. And then after that, I think I'm pretty close to being done. Do a test run on the ground with the engine and make sure it's running good, and then we'll get out and do the maiden flight. Okay, as always, thanks for watching my channel. I always appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.